hills, from whence cometh my salvation. There's something about gazing into a great distance, a view. Even as a child, I was always struck by spots along the road that had good views of the distant countryside. And from my school, at lunch and break time, I could look in the direction of where my house would be, about a mile away, lower than the high point we were on at Rayleigh, Essex. And I could see Battlesbridge in the distance, the white mill there. I don't mean windmill, I mean building, A watermill, in fact, yeah, I suppose originally, yes. But the detail aside, the complexity of the view stretching out before you to the horizon. Another one on the road to Hockley, an area where my dad wanted to buy some land and build a house because of the view. Even my dad, totally secular, could look up at the night sky and be awestruck. The stars. Enough to sort of convey it to me too. And I mean, he wouldn't normally communicate much with me. Look unto the hills, from whence cometh my salvation. The great pull on Paramahansa Yogananda in not wanting his mission to the world at all, but simply to abide in the Himalayan hills and caves, which he felt he'd done in previous lives. I see your face in every sunrise. The colours of the morning are inside your eyes. The world awakens in the light of your day. I look up to the sky and say, you're beautiful. These words spake Jesus and lifted up his eyes to heaven and said, Father. John 17. Abide with me from morn till eve, for without thee I cannot live. Abide with me when night is night, for without thee I dare not die. I walk beside you through the world today, where trees and leaves and shadows, no, flowers, line your way. I'll speak into your heart. You'll hear me say, I walk beside you through the world today. Thank you, Dad. Only a tiny man you are, you and your tiny wife, in your tiny home with your tiny car, living your tiny life. No one out on the Milky Way, if anyone lived so far, would stop to stare at the flash and the flare that could end your tiny life. Awake, for the sun who scattered into flight the stars before him from the field of night, drives night along with them and strikes the Sultan's turret with a shaft of light. A jug of wine underneath the bough, a loaf of bread, and thou of me singing in the wilderness. Our wilderness, our paradise, and how the moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, nor all your piety nor wit shall call it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. Poor player, life is a poor player, who struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It's a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. He who bends to himself a joy does the winged life destroy. He who kisses joy as it flies lives in eternity's sunrise. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. Know thyself. You need integrity to exist. Creativity, or you have chaos. You need life. You need fullness of being, a meal. You need love. You need to sing. And you need to see and to hear your beloved. But most of all, you need transcendence into heaven. Eternal. Know your God. Thou shalt love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbour, the one that rescues you, as yourself. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. In the light of his glory, in the light of his glory, in the light of his glory and grace. And when you pray, say, Our Father in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on the earth as it is in the heavens. Grant us this day our daily provision, and forgive us our debts as we forgive those indebted to us. Bring us not into temptation, but rescue us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. 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 Thank you, Dad. Our Heavenly Father,